If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, so Super Tuesday was obviously the big story of the afternoon yesterday into this morning. Joe Biden, Donald Trump. That's the way it's looking. Not much of a story, really.
But what about that whole controversy that Facebook went down on Super Tuesday?
Right below Super Tuesday, you'll see Facebook down. So, yeah, it was seriously upsetting and very caused a lot of commotion yesterday when Facebook and Twitter Facebook and Instagram went down.
Yeah. It's them damn communist Chinese doing that, I'm telling you.
It's like it's all a plan.
Yeah.
I tell you, the first thing I did, though, I know a lot of people did, but the first thing I did when I found out they were both down, let me go to Twitter and see what's going on. Let me see what's happening on X right now. And X was it was humming at that point.
Yeah, I did the same exact thing. Well, by proxy, I did the same thing. I called Riggins and said, "Hey, is something going on with Instagram?"
Yeah. Well,
he said, "Yeah, I just looked on X. Don't worry about it." Because I thought I was trying to post something and it wasn't working, so I thought I've screwed something up here.
Well, that's kind of exactly what happened in my house. My wife came in and she goes, "Is anything wrong with your Instagram?" I said, "I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while." And I could tell there was some concern there. She goes, "I may have been hacked."
It's always been, I have been hacked.
Like, I was like, "No, I think it's you." Hang on a second. Click, hit X. No, it's top trending topics, Facebook and Instagram. You're good. She was like,
calm down, Elon
good.
Musk.
Yeah.
No one's looking for.
I've been hacked.
Well, mine was saying there was no internet connection.
It's not good if you get hacked, man.
Mine kept saying no internet connection, so I was already packing a bag. I was like, if the electricity or internet goes out, I'm like, I'm going to my little friend Jenny and handsome husband Michael's house. I'll be there indefinitely until the internet comes back.
That's what it's got to be. And Ryan Garcia is trending. If you've not been following this, he's this young boxer, handsome, like one of the most exciting young boxers that has been around maybe in a decade. And he seems like he's going through an actual mental health crisis, and it's all playing out on social media. And one of the most promising young stars that's now really kind of going through it. So he is right below Facebook down. So.
It's odd. I don't know this fella, but if you would have just said the story and you said the name Ryan Garcia, I would have pictured him being handsome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They call him King Ryan.
Yeah, before you even said he was handsome, I would have thought he was handsome.
Ryan Garcia, you better be good looking if that's your name. Mm-hmm. And then it's National Oreo Day. More Oreos sold in the United States than any other cookie. I think it's like all other cookies combined. Oreo sells, they dominate the cookie field. So
really? More than all other cookies combined?
Well, they have all the different flavors too. The lemon and the cream, the vanilla and all of those different types. So I guess they combine those, right?
I would imagine.
They sell more than all other cookies combined. A lot of cookies.
Yeah.
It's a ton. So I like an original Oreo, but I love golden Oreos. Mm-hmm. Double stuffed Oreos, I think, is the way to go. I know a lot of women like the Oreo thins. They say the ratio is better. But March 6th, National Oreo Day.
Yeah, I love those golden Oreos. I just shower myself with them.
So good. So those are just a few things that are now trending.
Sorry, I'm laughing at my third grade joke. All right, I have a legitimate question about etiquette. I'm all about manners, and I'm not making fun of anybody on this. I genuinely need to know the answer to this question. We'll get to it coming up next.
Missed part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So they had an article on the really neat, cool website called Study Finds, and it's all about surveys and things of that nature. And they have the top 30 food turnoffs that people say that they experience. And I mean, you can imagine, we talk about this kind of stuff all the time, being rude to the server, chewing with your mouth open, smacking noises, all that kind of stuff. But number 8 on the list, I'm sorry, let's see, not number 8. Number 10 on the list was licking your fingers clean. All right. Now, I am all about manners, and I can't take it when people don't have manners and all of that. But how do you handle it if you're in a restaurant and you're eating something like hot wings or ribs without licking your fingers as you go along? Because do you just wait until the end of the meal and then go wash your hands or something? Because there aren't enough napkins at a restaurant that if you don't lick some of that stuff off your hands, that you just wouldn't have enough napkins.
I never lick my fingers when I'm eating wings.
You just go all the way through it.
I go all the way through just with a lot of napkins. And then at the end, I use the wipe.
Ain't no way I would do that.
I never lick my fingers sitting in a restaurant.
So you are eating wings at a place that has the napkin dispenser on the table there, or
not necessarily.
A roll of paper towels.
A roll of paper towels typically, or I'll ask like, "Hey, can I get some more napkins, please?"
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but
Look at you, an aristocrat.
Yeah, I just don't like licking my fingers for anything else.
I get it.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to. Etiquette wise, you're not supposed to.
Bring me another handkerchief, please.
Etiquette, you're not.
Oh yeah.
But I do, because I don't. How many napkins that I use would it take, like those linen napkins, to wipe off wing juice or barbecue sauce every couple of wings? How often do you wipe after every wing?
It just kind of depends. Usually after every typically it would be like eat a wing, put it down, kind of brush my fingers off, and then get another one and go.
So then you have all these nasty napkins piled up on the table.
Yeah, I try to avoid that as much as possible.
Do you burn them?
No, just try to do it a little bit. Reuse the napkin as much as I can. Yeah. And sometimes if they bring you extra towelettes, I'll use the moist towelette in the middle of the meal.
Yeah.
See,
but to be honest, if I'm eating wings, like if there are 10 to be eaten, usually it's kind of once that train leaves the station, it's just wings. A lot of times I'll just be finished with that one, and get the next one and never stop and on wipe my fingers off. Yeah, and that seems like that would make more sense. But I guess the thought of it dripping down your hand or whatever, then you would need the napkins. But on this list, I couldn't believe it that it didn't show up at all. That thing that I saw one time that was the most disturbing food turnoff ever. When I was a kid, I watched a guy get finished with his meal at a Bonanza Steakhouse, which is kind of like a Sizzler in Louisiana. Yeah. And he took out his dentures and licked them clean at the table. It's like was licking the debris off of the gum part of his dentures. Yeah. That'll...
Oh my God. You don't forget something like that.
Right. Especially, I got that photographic memory, and some people think that that's a good thing. Well, it is, but not all the time.
Yeah, you'll be 90 telling somebody that story. I'll never forget it. No kidding.
You're joking.
All right, so there was a woman in Arizona that did something for 2 weeks that could have killed her, and she didn't even know it. We'll tell you what it was coming up next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So, this is Procrastination Week, and a group from Ohio State University did a study to find out why people procrastinate. But I'll get into that later. A woman in... You see what I did there? I'm procrastinating, giving the details. There's a woman in Arizona, and she and her boyfriend were about to get into her car after they'd been parked out in the desert. I don't know what they've been doing in the desert. People assume, given the benefit of the doubt, that they were out there doing some sort of exercising or walking in the fresh air. Others are saying they were out there, doing business and so forth. But anyway, when they went to get back in the car, the boyfriend looked in the back seat. And by the way, this woman's car is strewn about. She's got a lot of junk in her back seat like Rob does.
I was going to say, AKA Rob.
And I don't know how he was able to see this, but thank goodness that he did. It was a giant diamondback rattlesnake. And she says she thinks that it had been in her car for about 2 weeks. I don't know how she knows that, because she hadn't seen it or heard it rattling or anything.
I find that hard to believe.
But
you're telling me in 2 weeks that snake didn't move or something? You were like, what is that?
You know why? Because she's probably talking. Well, the whole time she was in the car, she wasn't paying attention. She was talking.
You said it was a rattlesnake?
Diamondback rattlesnake, yeah.
You'd hear a rattlesnake.
She said it never rattled.
Oh,
but then again, I'm guessing she was talking.
Yeah.
Because women, because if they're behind the wheel, they're talking, whether it's somebody in the car or whether it's somebody on the phone. But I guess that's what happened. But they immediately called 911. But all they had to do was open the doors of the car, and he just kind of pushed it to where it would go out the other side of the car. So, you call in the authorities, they get there and they go like, well, okay, what? You had a snake in your car? Well, let's get it out. Oh, we already got it out. Okay, well, why are we here? Why'd you come? Yeah. But there's no way. I could say that like it's easily done, but I don't know, because I've never come face to face with a diamondback rattlesnake. I don't know if I would be able to stand there and, like, this guy took a tree limb, like a broken limb, and kind of poked it to get it to go out. I don't know if I'd be able to get that close to a diamondback rattlesnake, because I'm that afraid of them. Other types of snakes, I would have been okay with it, but a big rattlesnake has just always terrified me.
My fear would be, what else is in there? Mm-hmm. Is there just one? I don't have a problem getting the limb and getting that one snake and poking it, whatever, getting it out of there. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. But I'm still worried. Like, I need a professional to check this car and make sure there's nothing else in there.
And if I lived in Arizona, you can bet I wouldn't leave the house without a mongoose. I'd have to have a mongoose with me all the time.
All the time.
Just to put them on some snakes anytime I need it. So imagine that. When you get in your car today, just look and make sure no snakes is in there, Rob. Because you get bitten by a snake. I know you will.
I wouldn't hear it either. My music's too loud.
Your music. Yeah, the music playing underneath the podcast about Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, we got you. Some thieves are on the loose in North Carolina. Well, actually, they're not. They've been caught. But what did they steal? Something weird. We'll tell you about it next.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
As winter packs its bags and spring settles in, the flowers, they are blooming. And at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress, the deals are booming.
You write poetry?
Does one ask a fish if it swims, or a bird if it flies? It was a long winter.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, with up to $1,500 in free furniture with the purchase of a mattress sleep system. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Hey, make sure you don't miss our other podcasts that we debuted last week. Ace and Friends in the afternoon. It gets posted, and then TJ's podcast is at 10 in the AM. Made some women mad yesterday on TJ's podcast. I know that's a shame, but I don't think that they realize just how much I was really helping them and what I told that guy about breaking up with his girlfriend. The whole thing was that he said that his girlfriend was mad at him because he shaved off his beard. And I said, well, that just means that she doesn't think you're attractive enough to not go with your face covered with a beard, and that you should break up with her. He didn't even say how long they had been dating, but it didn't matter. Now, I know my wife probably doesn't find me attractive even 10% of the time now because, I'm old and all that. But when we first got together, when we were dating, if I found out that she only found me attractive if I had had something covering my face, then I would have booted her.
She might find you more attractive like that, but she would still find you attractive without the beard.
Yeah, well, this one's crying, acting a fool, and all that. So, yeah. And I got an update yesterday afternoon, and not only did he leave her, he keyed her car on the way out.
There you go.
I'm kidding about that part. There are two people who've been caught stealing 600 Venus flytraps from a nature conservancy in North Carolina. Now, there's an area around Wilmington that is set up to, it's not set up, the climate and the soil and everything is the only place anywhere around that can grow Venus flytraps.
Okay.
And so they must be expensive. You must be able to get some money for them on the black market because it's a felony to mess with them on this government land. But I wonder, they say it's like 100-mile radius around, or a strip or something in, maybe not even 100 yards, I think, in the Wilmington area. Why can't somebody else go if there's a plot there that you could grow Venus flytraps in? Where do you get those seeds at Lowe's? You're at Lowe's trying to plant the garden. You go over there and get your seeds. Do they have Venus flytrap seeds that you could use?
Is that like something owned by the government or whatever?
Well, the land is. But I'm saying if there's another area that you could use.
Yeah, you can grow them at home.
Yeah,
you can buy them.
Why not, man?
Sell them.
I'm scared of them though.
They're kind of weird the way.
Because when we were kids, there were stories about Venus flytraps eating people. Eating folks.
Well, the Little Shop of Horrors. Isn't that a Venus flytrap? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Feed me, Seymour. Yeah, man, I found out that was a musical after I'd already gotten in it when I was a teenager. I was like, I got to get out of here. I'd rather be eaten by a Venus flytrap than to be sitting there watching a musical.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
So is the Now Trending coming up next?
Oh, it's now trending?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You'll find out what's now trending.
Missed part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime. Thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics. Neogenics.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
It was Super Tuesday yesterday, and quite frankly, it was just an okay day for me. Yeah. But they did a bunch of elections. A lot of voting happened. Joe Biden, Donald Trump facing off. I think Nikki Haley won Vermont.
Yeah.
And Washington, D.C.
But I just saw a thing this morning that said she's suspending her presidential campaign this morning.
Oh, is she going to do it?
She's going to suspend this morning, but she's not going to endorse Trump.
I highly doubt that. Yeah. I don't think there's a chance that she doesn't endorse Trump.
So that's what I read. That she want to endorse him immediately.
Yeah.
Right. And it basically she's been helping Democrats. That's all she's been doing.
Yeah,
I've got nothing for her anymore. Nothing.
Yeah, she's going to suspend this morning.
Okay, make a big announcement about it and do all that.
Yeah.
So it was all over the news. You couldn't have missed it. But an equally large topic of discussion yesterday was the fact that Facebook and Instagram went down. It must have happened somewhere in the late morning, early afternoon, because everybody was talking about it throughout the afternoon. And it took a while. My Facebook came back first, and then Instagram took a little bit longer. But in the meantime, I changed my password. I thought something was messed up. So now I got to deal with a new password. Not fun. So that is trending right below Super Tuesday. Today is National Frozen Food Day, and it commemorates the launch of the Swanson Frozen Dinner, which at the time were called
TV dinners.
TV dinners. They're no longer called TV dinners.
Yeah, they were called TV dinners because that's where you ate them, on top of the TV.
Is that right?
Yeah, the TV was your table for the night. A lot of people didn't know that.
Just put it right up there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And now every brand has like a big. Are they good? Do we still like frozen dinners? I mean, are we still in the
I haven't had a TV dinner in a long time, but there are some frozen dinners that are okay. You know.
Like a lean cuisine?
Yeah.
It all depends on the ones. And a lot of times, to me, it even depends on what the specific meal is within the brand.
The chicken is never good. Like the grilled chicken stuff is never
good.
I mess up a kid's cuisine when I was a kid.
The blue box with the penguin on it?
Oh, yeah.
It had a brownie in it. Brownie, corn, chicken tenders. So really, your diet hasn't changed all that much. I mean, kid cuisine, Rob's cuisine. I mean, it's basically one
same thing.
It's chicken tenders and
and kids cuisine meals were just basically small TV dinners.
Right. Yeah. But you guys used to make them in the oven.
Yeah.
Instead of the microwave.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah, my grandparents always had them, and you'd put them in the oven.
The difference was that it took 45 minutes or so. So
yes.
It took a while.
Tasted a lot better.
I bet it did.
That fried chicken got crispy.
That was bone-in fried chicken on those dinners? Mm-hmm. Can you imagine eating that now as like an adult? You're like, whoa.
I'd probably tear it up. I put some Tonys on it.
Yeah.
We'll get one in here.
And you had what? You had chicken and some corn.
And like a dessert.
And a little thing of cobbler.
There was cobbler.
Apple pie.
I'm starving now. But those are just a few things that are now trending.
Rarely do I get this excited about something that's about to happen on the Ace and TJ show, but man, we threw up something last night on our social media that I checked at about, 8 o'clock. I wonder if we got a good reaction to that. And excitement reigned. Like, I can't wait to share these stories tomorrow. On what happens when the statute of limitations on your family's secret runs out. It is crazy. Next.
Missed part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin. Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
You use the term everybody. Maybe everybody doesn't have a family secret, but most people do. Don't say your secret, but on the show, Would everybody, if you said, hey, what's your family secret, would instantly something pop into your mind? Would you have one that popped up like, oh, yeah, that's kind of something we don't talk about much anymore in the family?
Well, if I hadn't been doing a lifestyle radio show for, however many, 3,300 years, I might have a family secret left somewhere, but I don't. I don't know.
I'm kind of in the same boat. But you do, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. Riggins?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so say we're hitting 75%. So I saw this thing about the statute of limitations on your family secret, meaning it was a nice way of saying it. Usually it means the person has died. Or that couple has split up and they're no longer in the family, whatever the case may be. Typically, somebody has passed for the statute of limitations to no longer be in effect on the family secret. So what are some of the family secrets? As Rob pointed out, our DMs were blowing up last night. For example, we had a couple of arsonists. Like this lady said, my second cousin helped my grandmother burn down her house for the insurance money. This was years ago. I don't speak with any of them anymore because they're just terrible people.
Burning down the house.
Yeah. One lady said, family secret, my mother dated a mafia hitman many years ago, and yes, she knew what he did for a living.
Well, professional hitman.
Yeah.
Hitting it.
And a couple of these, just kind of give you an idea of...
I'm a hitman, but I ain't ever killed nobody.
Give you an idea of a couple of these. There's a lady here that said, I worked as a dancer in a strip club. So she was a stripper. This guy was pestering me all night, kept flashing a wad of money, but wouldn't buy any dances. Said he wanted to go party. Well, at the end of the night, I told him to meet me at an after-hours bar. We ordered drinks. I excused myself to go to the bathroom. I came back and whispered in his ear, quote, there's an 8-ball of Coke under the trash can in the men's room. As I did that, I lifted the wad of cash out of his jacket pocket. He went to the bathroom. I paid for the drinks and left. Got home, counted out $2,800. I still feel a little guilty for that, but thank you for letting me unpack it.
Wow. Yeah, back then that's what it meant. Party meant let's do the cocaine. I'm assuming it was in the 80s. It's party, man.
And just to kind of, one more real quick. Oh, man, I don't want to say this one. My aunt was married to a man who went to prison. He absconded several times, but it finally caught up to him. As his sentence was winding down, maybe 6 to 9 months left, the prison system moved him to a minimum security facility and gave him work privileges. He did road work and such. One day, my aunt called me and said we needed to go pick up the husband. He was taking bush parole. So he was, I guess, working on the side of the road. I took her to get him, and no one ever knew. He was in jail for petty stuff, but eventually we found out some bad stuff about him. Not a stellar moment, but we did actually help him escape from prison.
Wow.
Bush parole.
I'm on bush parole.
Okay, so we've just kind of scratched the surface to give you an idea of what's about to happen when you get to the rest of these, where the statute of limitations on the family secret is run out. And some of these, I'm like, you probably still shouldn't be telling anybody that story. Coming up next, hang on.
Live in the morning and anytime you want it as a podcast. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities, and we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So the statute of limitations on your family secret has run out. Here we go. We've saved some of these, and they're just crazy. And this lady, I'm going to use her name because she posted this on the front of our Facebook page. Her name is Dana. And she said, I found out that my mom had lied about my dad being the only man she was ever with. She had a boyfriend in high school and apparently did it a lot. Only way I found that out was, here's the reason I wanted to share the story. At my mom's memorial service, he told me stories, then the old guy hit on me. Wait a minute. So the old guy tells her, hey, I used to be your mom's high school boyfriend, and then proceeds to tell her about all the sexual things that they did together.
Sounds about right.
He's telling the woman's daughter?
Yeah, at the wake.
At the wake.
Yeah, and then says, let me see if you're anything like your mama.
Yeah, then he hits on her.
Yeah, I bet you're the spitting image of your mama when we go out there in my truck.
Woo!
I'll help you load these flyers.
But he tells her at the moment, what makes him think it's okay? It'd be like Riggins, God forbid your dad dies, and some lady says, I dated your dad in high school. Man, we used to do all, and then just proceeds to tell you all of the deviant things that they used to do. It's just weird.
Yep.
And uncalled for.
Yeah.
I was almost your daddy.
And then this one, a lady named Jackie says, well, my aunt was murdered 47 years ago. The daughter of the man who we think did it called my mom last year after both her mom and dad had died and told us that he was the killer. Her mom, as well as other family members who are now all dead, helped him cover it up. There's no way to prove it this many years later. I assume that was their big family secret. She waited so her mom wouldn't get in trouble.
What if that wasn't their big family secret? What if there's one bigger than that? I mean, come on, you're covering up murders.
Goodness.
Wow.
And she said people started asking her a bunch of questions. She said nobody was ever a serious suspect, and they felt at the time that investigators really dropped the ball on finding out who it was because all those years the entire family felt it was this one guy, and they couldn't get anything done. It turns out it was this one guy.
Yeah, they didn't have no DNA testing back then. It was just, good old-fashioned police work.
Or maybe he was innocent and the daughter just hated him. She was like, you know what, as my final salvo, I'm going to just smear his name.
That's horrible.
Yeah, well, worse than killing someone?
Yes.
No. I don't know that it is or not. I don't know the answer to that. We're going to get nostalgic about snacks next.
It's a radio show, it's a podcast, and it's a TV. YouTube. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Okay, so we're about to make you go, oh, and get hungry all at the same time. There's a survey out, the most nostalgic snacks of all time. Did you have this down to talk about later, Riggins?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I thought I saw it on our social media. Do we? Hang on, I'm gonna stop this, Rob.
No.
Don't use this one.
No.
It's up there, isn't it?
Nostalgic stag? No, this morning I put up something about
Easter,
Easter,
okay,
Easter
sorry,
candy.
I misread it. All right, we'll start up. Okay, we're
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Okay, you're gonna do this now. You're gonna get hungry and you're gonna go, oh. I missed that. But you probably won't because this makes no sense. There is a survey out, the 10 most nostalgic snacks of all time. These are the things that we miss the most from our childhood, snack-wise. Number 5, Fruitopia.
Fruitopia was good.
It was a line of fruit-flavored drinks that Coca-Cola put out starting in 1994. They stopped selling them in 2003.
Had them in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, but a beverage can't be a snack.
Well, there's another one.
That's a fair point.
That's what I thought. But number 4 is Tab. Started in 1963, one of the first diet sodas on the market. I mean, for a long time, as a little kid, that's the only diet soda I thought there.
That and sugar-free Dr. Pepper were the only two for a long time, and kids didn't drink them.
Never. Number 3, Bagel Bites.
Yeah.
But they didn't go. They've never gone away.
Yeah.
Don't taste the same.
How can you be nostalgic for something that's still here?
They changed the recipe, okay? It's no longer as good as it used to be.
They did stop selling them in Canada for the past couple of years, but you can't be nostalgic for something that's not gone.
And are y'all sure they changed the recipe, or your tastes just changed?
I wondered the same thing.
You grew up.
My tastes haven't changed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
Number 2, Oreo Cakesters.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, those are good. They just brought them back, I think, right?
Yeah, they just came back in 2 years ago, 2022. They brought them back.
I had some a couple weeks
You know
ago.
what? Just Oreos missing a little bit of cake with it. Good Lord. Oreo just wasn't cutting it anymore.
I'm not a fan of the cookie crunch. I like the sponginess of a cake.
I would have just been able to shove them.
But again, this is the most nostalgic snacks of all time. The one you missed the most from your childhood. Number 1, Dunkaroos.
Yeah.
They're still here.
Well, those went away for
They
a
just
long
came
time.
back. They just came back
4 years ago. I mean, they just did the survey.
But I don't get it. I like them okay, but I don't get that that's like the greatest snack of all time.
They were discontinued in 2012, but General Mills brought them back in 2020.
Yeah, those are good. Fruit by the Foot. I don't even know if those are around. Like, I love those fruit roll-ups.
Real quick, I'll give you 6 through 10, see if this helps. Crystal Pepsi, Kudos granola bars.
Yeah, those are good.
Orbitz drinks.
Yeah, with the jelly in it.
Waffle Crisp cereal.
Don't know what that is.
And Rice Krispies Treat cereal.
Oh, that was so good.
Someone actually launched a petition on change.org in 2019 to bring back the Rice Krispies Treat cereal. Said about 30,000 people ended up signing.
Yeah, it was good.
They need to go to work. You'll find something to do.
Well, Rob's freaking out of there when he.
I was eating them until they went away.
Really?
Yeah.
You were the guy.
That was probably my favorite cereal besides O's.
Like, we can't cancel. There's one guy in South Carolina who's
Your
buying
favorite
it all the
cereal
time.
besides O's?
O's, there's like honey graham O's or something like that.
Oh. They're like filled Cheerios.
Yeah, they're so good.
He loves those.
Okay. All right.
Riggins.
Riggins and Now Trending coming up next. Hang on.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today. You could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. You know, I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com. It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime. Thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics. Neogenics.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Super Tuesday is the top trending topic at the moment. Looks like the stage is set for a rematch of 2020. Joe Biden, Donald Trump facing off in November. It was all over the news yesterday. I don't know what these news panels have gotten to be where there's like 10 people on the panel.
Oh, God.
It's gotten out of control.
Incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
I don't mind like the boxes, but they have them all at one long table, and there's like literally like 10 to 12 people.
I don't
there.
even like if I flip on the TV and there are 10 people in boxes, like never mind, I'm not even watching this.
Or it's just like the sports desks, at the football games, it's the pre-games. How many people you got to have up there? Same with the news desks, but they're getting worse with like election coverage and all that. And then that idiot Karl Rove with that stupid whiteboard, and
that was
he's so annoying.
Was that in the 90s?
He's like a fake conservative. God, I can't stand that guy.
It's like they're too old to understand that joke doesn't work anymore. They keep making it. Like they keep saying, as if they were saying bling bling, cha-ching, or whatever. It's like, stop. It's not funny. You're an idiot.
We don't want that back. We don't want bling bling.
Yeah, we got to kick that to the curb.
Yeah.
It's not all that in a bag of potato chips.
Meta and Facebook down is also one of the top trending topics. Facebook, obviously, Instagram went down yesterday afternoon for about an hour. I don't know, 2 hours maybe. I think I was back up and running in no time. But everybody, like Ace mentioned, everybody goes running to X/Twitter to find out if it's just them or if it's a real problem.
Yeah, my wife was worried she was being hacked. I said, give me a second. Click. Top trending topic, Facebook and IG.
Yeah.
You're good.
You're safe.
Thank God. You're okay. You're not being hacked.
Today's National Dentists Day, and good for you. I still don't like the dentist. I've never grown out of that.
So what are we supposed to do about dentists? Man. Go see the dentist? You can't do that without an appointment. Are you supposed to take them like a little gift or something?
I don't know.
I guess my dentist is the sweetest. I would take him something on Dentist Day, yes. He's a kind soul.
That's good because I think dentists have the highest level of suicide
yeah,
in the medical field.
Because people hate them. They're so scared of them. And they have,
is that what it is?
A lot of stress, yeah.
Nobody likes going to see the dentist. No one.
Except my dentist. You could be going in there to get all your teeth pulled with no painkillers, and you'd be like, oh, I can't wait to see Dr. Druin. He's so sweet.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Let's get him on the show. Make him a sponsor. We'll change everybody's attitude about dentists. And is everybody else getting inundated with FanDuel commercials lately? It's coming to North Carolina on the 11th.
It's on everything. It's everywhere and everything.
Social media, television, right? You cannot escape the FanDuel commercials. So, are you guys excited to be mobile gambling? I mean, are you guys into that?
Yeah,
No.
I can't do it because I have a highly addictive personality, and I don't know anything about sports betting, but I know I would become addicted to it and lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just know it.
You got that personality.
I do. Yeah. Something happened in the hardware store yesterday. I was just making a normal purchase, and something incredibly embarrassing happened. Maybe you won't find it as embarrassing as I did in the moment, but it was bad. I'll tell you what it was next.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
The Ace and TJ show is brought to you by our friend and mortgage expert, Richard Toccato. Love that guy. Home equity line. All it takes is one short phone call with Richard, and he'll get you the cash you need. And who don't need that cash?
If you qualify.
Yeah. If you qualify.
If you qualify. But everybody needs that cash, man.
Everybody.
You just call him. He's going to give you money.
He will give you money. Just give him a call. Or you could visit homewithrichard.com. So forget, you guys were talking last week about going into hardware stores and how one of you hated it, one of you likes it.
I don't like it. Ace loves it.
I love it.
Love it. I like it too.
Yeah.
But you meet, really, when you're just casually in there in the afternoon, you're meeting like one kind of person that's in there. There's not a lot of people browsing. There's guys that are taking their lunch, off the job to go find one specific part. Yeah. They're not in there kind of perusing the aisles. They have a mission. Bang, bang, I'm going to get what I need and leave. Well, that's kind of the way I was going yesterday. I needed air filters for the house, And so I found what I needed, and I was walking up to the front. They've got a lot of self-checkout spaces. And you know how they always have that one cashier that's running that whole section? They just kind of stand at the front of the self-checkouts and kind of help anybody that needs help. She's a talkative one. And every time I've been in there, that's her job. Like, she doesn't float around other departments. That's her space. She stands at that podium and kind of walks around. She's boisterous. She's friendly, but loud and energetic, which is maybe what you want doing that kind of job.
Yankee woman?
I can't tell. But she's very friendly. I don't want. She's a nice person. But as I'm ringing up, I'm the furthest away from her, and it's the middle of the day. Everybody's in there, packed out. I grabbed the little scanner, scanned my 2 air filters, and she goes, "Hey, it's that time of the month." I went, "What?" Yeah. So now I'm like, I guess, I don't know. To me, that's just a weird thing to say.
Yeah, because she's talking about your Menzies.
Talking about the Menzies. I've never heard it used in any other situation.
Oh, it's your time of the month.
It's your time of the month?
What?
Or something like that. It's that time of the month, but loudly. So everybody, and I'm like, oh my God. You just get out of here.
That is a weird phrase to use.
I guess it's not. Maybe it's not, but to me it seemed very weird. And there's a bunch of dudes. It's dudes that have they've been working on the job all day, working out at a construction site. It's that time of the month. Yes, it is.
Live in the morning and anytime you want it as a podcast. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting, there's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So we're getting closer to Easter, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, my big Easter mistake that I made years ago, trying to do the right thing, and it turned out horribly for me. So just to give you a little backstory, my grandfather, my mom's dad, used to give her a Dove solid chocolate bunny, the little one, every year for Easter, while her brothers got the Palmer hollow chocolate one that's significantly cheaper, but she was sort of a daddy's girl, and he always got her something extra special. But what he would do is he would take the bunny out of the package and bite a part of the ear off, wrap it, put the tinfoil back on, and put it back down in there and tell her the Easter bunny must have gotten to it before you did. And he did that every year, even as she became an adult and had her own family. He would still send her, or when they would visit, bring her the chocolate Easter bunny with the ear part of the ear bit off. So a couple years ago, after my grandfather passed away, I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll make this Easter extra special. I'll buy her because my dad didn't carry on the thing. So I was like, I'll buy her the Dove Easter bunny, solid milk bunny, and bite the ear off, put the tinfoil back on and give it to her. And I did, and she opened it up and burst in not a good way.
Oh, not like
the part of it was she was just, I don't know.
It made her miss him more.
It made her miss him. Made her a little melancholy. So trying to do the right thing sometimes can backfire. And I didn't do it again. And I apologized. She was like, no, I love it. It's great.
That is such a Regan's thoughtful kind of thing. You're very good at that stuff usually.
It's a wonderful gesture.
I hated it.
It's a great idea.
It was awful. No, it turned out terribly. But who would have known that? I thought she would have been so, thrilled with that. I'm like, it reminds me of my father. Well, it did. It reminded her in all the worst ways that he's no longer around to do it for her. Do you guys eat those Cadbury cream eggs?
Yeah.
No. You do?
Nope.
No, I don't.
Y'all have one.
Those things are kind of funky. We're going to determine the ultimate Easter candy coming up next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting, there's no appraisal. You know, I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
How many weeks do we got until Easter? Is it 3 weeks? 3 weeks, I think. It's right at the end of March. I love Easter. It's the most important Christian holiday, which is tough to explain to a kid. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I never really understood it. I said, "You're going to tell me Easter's number one, Christmas is below that?" It's hard to wrap your head around when you're a young person. But now I get it. It's very important. And I love Easter. I still get an Easter basket. We've talked about it many times on the show. And it's not because I ask for an Easter basket. It's not because I expect it. My mom enjoys making me and my brothers and I, an Easter basket. So I fully expect one this year. No excuses, Mom. I'm just giving you a heads up. But she does a good one. She actually puts the fake grass in there, and it's all good candy. My brother, Matt, my oldest brother, gets all Cadbury cream eggs. And those are vile and disgusting. I can't stand them.
Can he eat more than one of them at a time? Because they're so rich and everything. He eat a bunch of them?
He eats a bunch of them and then lays on the couch and complains about how he ate too many Cadbury cream eggs.
By the way, I said earlier I'd eat those. That's not what I was thinking of. I don't know what those are. I don't have.
They're not good.
I've never had one of them.
They look like a real egg when you break into them. But they've ranked all the Easter candy. We know that, Rob, would you say that the Reese's Easter egg is the best Reese's product?
By far.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
And I think that's better than the Christmas tree?
That's what they say.
Well, they're basically the same thing, but the Christmas tree has less volume.
Yeah, the egg has more peanut butter to chocolate ratio than I think the Christmas tree does. But people are vicious when you ask them about it. It's the best one ever. But they ranked all the top Easter candies. They put Peeps in it last. I don't know anybody that actually enjoys Peeps.
I don't either.
I think my daughter does.
Really?
Yeah.
They're just kind of, I think they're just marshmallows.
One of my children.
Yeah. The Brock's jelly beans are up there. But the top three is kind of interesting. It's Starburst jelly beans, which are really good. Mm-hmm. Hollow milk chocolate bunnies. Milk chocolate bunnies.
Yeah, those are good.
And the Reese's egg.
Yeah, I would agree with those.
Yeah, I would rather have the hollow than the solid chocolate.
Really?
Yeah.
Those hollow ones. My mom likes the hollow one too.
I do too.
It's kind of not good chocolate.
The solid chocolate is so much.
Yeah. Big Chewy Nerds jelly beans are also in the top 5. Big Chewy Nerds jelly beans. I'm sure Jody likes those.
Any of that stuff. Yeah.
And then the Cadbury cream eggs rounding out the list. So whatever you want to do. Ace, you're not an Easter candy guy, are you?
I'm not a big candy person, but the Reese's are delicious. Love those. And,
I don't see
M&Ms.
you eating candy. Yeah,
it's peanut M&Ms and like Reese's peanut butter cups. Really, the only two types of candy that I eat a lot of.
Pretty much standard issue. That explains why you're so dang thin.
I eat a lot of chips and nuts and stuff.
That explains why you're so dang fat.
It's a radio show, it's a podcast, and it's a TV show. Watch the Ace and TJ Show anytime. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime. Thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics.